Hello? Hello. That was weird. Usually it's Eddie talking. Welcome to Kill the Bottle podcast. Oh my God, I don't think I've ever said those words on my own show. That's really strange. This is Megan, if you haven't guessed. Eddie's in the Bahamas, I suppose, on a cruise. Yes, don't ask me. I had no idea he was going, but that's where he is. So I said, fuck you, man. I'm going to do a show alone. And I am. So I brought my friend on, and we're going to talk, and we don't know how it's going to go. But this is Dina K. She is a bartender friend of mine who, you're like a professional bartender. Like, that's what you do.
Hey, everyone. Yeah. I am a professional bartender, a career.
She provided snacks. So I'm eating peanut butter, Reese's. Sorry. I'm like,
and not so alone.
Come on my show.
You're not alone today. Don't worry.
Cool. Come on my show while I eat. You just go. Okay, ready?
Please eat.
Tell us about yourself.
My name is Dina. I am a professional bartender.
Yeah,
I guess I never thought of myself as, putting professional as an adjective there, but yeah, I do that. Handful of times a week. I see Megan a couple times a week.
That's how we met.
That is how we met.
There's a cool bar in Hollywood called Elbow Room. And I like it because out of all the bars in Hollywood, that one's just, first of all, it's like the most popular, to be real. You're there. The bartenders are, it's kind of a big family, and a lot of people get turned off by that in some places. This isn't like that, like we don't include people kind of family. It's just that you guys have all known each other forever. Mm-hmm. The owner of the place used to be a bartender, and he knows all of his friends, and he hired his friends, and it seems to be working.
Yeah, facts.
Mm-hmm. And then you also work at a club I have not been to downtown.
Yes, come, please. Hollywood, actually. It used to be downtown.
So you're in Hollywood now.
Mm-hmm. Academy LA, Hollywood. I feel like we're marketing for
Insomniac clubs. Right? You just need to open your own so we can talk about that. But so what did you make me? We're drinking. This is Kill the Bottle, and usually we drink, so that's why I was like tequila. She said I have tequila. We're at her place, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Because that's how I host. Can we do a podcast at your house? It's mine, but like...
I love it. I'm so happy you're here, first of all.
Hey.
Secondly, well, do they know what your drink of choice is? It's usually it's a vodka soda splash of grapefruit.
Yeah.
So today she's having tequila.
Because you said you didn't have vodka, which is fine.
I don't have vodka.
I'll drink anything.
I'm a tequila girl.
But she did have grapefruit soda.
I did. Spindrift, you guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that where it's at? We're not sponsored by Spindrift. We could be. I'm not saying no.
Spindrift grapefruit soda water.
Mm-hmm.
Not TJ Maxx. Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
Freeze dried raspberries.
Oh, those are Trader Joe's? Mm-hmm. I have a fucking problem with Trader Joe's.
Oh yeah, why? Tell me. I
think you know it. If you've seen my Instagram, They think like the best time to clean the floors is 9 a.m. when the store opens.
Is that when you go?
Well, that's when everyone goes. Like, there's a line in Hollywood outside of the Trader Joe's at 9 a.m. because there's so many people that go. And it's late. It's late to open a grocery store. Ralph's is open at like 6 or 24 hours. It's 9 o'clock a.m. And even the weekend, everyone's lined up to get in. And they think that that's a good time to pull out the Zamboni and clean the floors. And not only that, Dina... I sound like a fucking Karen. But there's a guy... The guy cleaning the floors is pushing this giant-ass Zamboni, does this. Beep, 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 beep.
Like trying to get you out of the way?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that's no, excuse me, sir. Of course, no one's going to listen to that. Because heaven forbid we're fucking shopping at the grocery store. But...
Gotta do my job,
Beep, 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 beep. I swear to Christ. I have a video of... It's Super Bowl Sunday. They just opened. And you can't move in that store. There's so many people. And I have a video of this guy just cruising. I blocked his face, so I'm not embarrassing him. But just cruising down Super Bowl Sunday in Trader Joe's that opens at 9 a.m.
I can't believe I missed this video.
Yeah. There's 3 of them. One of them's like, they weren't cleaning the floors this morning. I'm an asshole. Because I said they're having a meeting. And I'm pretty sure they're talking about cleaning the floors right now when we were all waiting outside. But then they didn't. So I look like a dick. So I apologize to the world. Anyway, I'm glad you got those from Trader Joe's.
I'm kind of going to rethink my choices.
We're not sponsored by Trader Joe's either. Nor do I think we will be now.
Right. Like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Trader Joe's sounds like It sounds like I know it's supposed to be like Trader Joe's, like, old time trades. Was that good?
I don't know. I just think of them as extremely friendly.
They're really friendly.
What is the word? Employees there that people have said flirt on the floor, but I don't think that that's a thing. That's like that's sort of
They flirt with you?
I don't think so. I think it's sort of like saying the bartender's into me. And
the grocery store checkout guy was definitely flirting with me. It's a little different.
Would you like me to put this in a bag for you?
Oh my God, did you hear what he said?
Which bag?
Paper, plastic. Oh my
He's
God.
so into me.
So into me. Do you want your receipt? Is your number on it? I know what you're trying to do. I guess I never thought of it that way. I guess I never thought of friendly after the beep, 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 beep. That guy's not trying to get my number.
Well, someone could be into it. I don't know.
Ooh, maybe. Well, Trader Joe's sounds to me like the name Trader Joe's is not a trader. I feel like it's like trader.
Maybe, traitor, like traitor to the king.
Yeah. That's
Betrayal.
different. That's different.
It is a different
spelling. I think that's TRAIT.
It is.
Anyways, so how long have you been bartending? I'm gonna eat all your food.
Please have as much as you like. I have been bartending for, I believe, either close to 15 years or over 15 years. If I'm 2000, what are we? 2025, 2010, 2011. So yeah, just about there.
You never got sick of it?
There were times you get sick of it, but
you pushed through those times.
You just gotta push through. Yeah,
I didn't. I quit.
You quit? How long were you a bartender for? 3 years?
I guess technically I bartended or was backing in a bar for 10 years, on and off. But
gosh, I would have loved to work with you.
I don't think so.
I think so. I know so.
The restaurant owner at the last place I worked at, I was kind of managing. And I was just done. I wanted to be on the other side of the bar. People were annoying me. This is a shitty small town. And we're supposed to close at 10. And we were all cleaned up at 9:59. And they come in. Because a lady comes in right at 9:59. And we're about to lock the doors. And it's a small town. So it's not, if you say no, everyone's going to hear about it. So I was like, So I opened the door. I already sent the cook home. So they ordered food and I had to cook it. But then right when she sat down, she's like, I don't know. Should I get a margarita or a Bloody Mary? And that was the first time ever I said, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
To the customer, I don't fucking care what you get. They're completely different. Do you want salt? Do you want sweet? I don't care. And then my boss heard about that. And I didn't get fired, but he was like, do you think maybe it's time for you to quit? I was like, yeah.
Where was this?
This is in Colorado.
Colorado? Are you from a small town in Colorado?
Yeah, well, I grew up in Colorado Springs and then was in what they call Greeley, which is on the east side of Colorado. It's not where the mountains are. They superimpose the mountains on the brochures in the college to make it feel like you're going to go see.
I kind of feel like small town bartenders can do things like that, though. Oh. You can be a little bit not meaner, but blunter, yeah.
Oh, not me. Not where I was.
Oh, you were.
Or maybe I was just that, like, not confident in myself. Like, I don't know. It was a very male-driven run town. Like, there's all bars that all were owned by men, all in the same street, in the same city.
I mean, LA's so customer service oriented. It's so, you have to almost give 5 stars each time, every time.
And you're from LA.
From LA. Mm-hmm.
Have you spent a lot of time in other cities and been around bartenders?
Mm-hmm. I lived in San Francisco, Berkeley for a few months. Very different than LA. Yeah, I think each town, each state, or not state, because that's still California, but let's edit that out.
Each state.
Each place I've been to does have a different vibe on what they expect from their bartenders or service or hospitality.
What was different in San Francisco than here?
Maybe because I was on the other side of the bar, it was more fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have fun. I have fun at Elbow Room. I have fun at Academy. It's not void of fun. It's just different approach. It's work. Mm-hmm. You know, we're still at work when we're behind the bar. You know, we can talk to, we're nice to. I mean, we have friends that we've made working and also regulars. But we're at work. If you're going to come in and you want to order something and you want to sit down and chat. We'll talk, but
I can't do that with people I don't like.
Fair.
Is there a lot of those? Can you name them? No, I'm just joking. There's some of those people listen.
I mean, you might know some of them.
I know. Don't do it.
I won't.
We won't get them in trouble. But I noticed out here, and that's what I like about Elbow Room, at least most of you, is the moment I stepped out here and went down to like Santa Monica or Venice, the slowness out here of bartenders I've met in those areas, they're just very slow. And we know Justin from your bar, super fast. Like he's like the opposite. Like kind of, there's a lot of you guys right where you're supposed to be in the middle. But one of the biggest things coming from Colorado and coming to here, the bartending thing, we would be 8 deep. And that was the expectation. You had to go boom, 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 boom. And I came out here and I was in shock by how, we don't have that. Can I get you something else? There's like 8 people deep and you're like, I've been waiting for drinks forever.
Yeah.
And
I've worked with people like that.
Oh, you have? Okay.
In the past. Not at Elbow Room, thankfully.
And in the East Coast, it's a lot even faster and it's more aggressive. But I just noticed the slowness a little bit more. We're more laid back here. Maybe because I'm from here, I didn't realize there That's
were
what I was wondering.
Slower bartenders or people, or it was seen that way. Right?
I don't know.
Maybe I just have a lot of caffeine on my shifts, and I'm just like, oh.
I think you guys are just good at your jobs. I don't know. It was one of the first places where I've never had to be like, oh my fucking God, like, can I get a drink? Unless you guys are slammed during an event, which is normal.
Which we still see, and we're like, oh, you want your usual? Because you have a usual, and it's easy.
I'm an alcoholic, yes. Thank you for establishing it. Do you want your usual? I don't even have to say words when I come in a bar. That's how sad it is. I walk in the bar, I sit in the corner, and I just make eye contact, and they like do it. That's amazing, actually. I think I've made it. That's it. I've hit my peak.
Oh, that's making it in LA.
That's it. I have
Having a bar and the bartender.
The bartender just sees you and pours vodka into a glass. It's pretty great. There's nowhere to go from here.
Well, Megan, then you've made it. I mean,
my master's degree was nothing compared to that. I didn't even go to that ceremony. Well, one of the reasons we bonded was we have funny conversations and we have good conversations, but one of the conversations we've had is dating people with kids. And we can talk about that because this is a Megan Takeover on Kill the Bottle. Eddie's not here. He's on a cruise in the Bahamas, so screw him.
Does he have kids?
No.
Oh,
no.
That's why he can
He's
do
married
things like
and
that.
his wife and him could go do things like that. Yes. I mean, he considers his dogs his kids.
Where are his dogs now?
That's a good question.
Boarding or babysitter or dog sitter?
He doesn't ask me.
To dog sit?
Yeah. Mine's dead, so I usually pull that card too. I'm like, no, I can't. My dog's dead. It's too much. When it really, it's...
Just guilt them into not giving you their dog.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't take care of dogs right now. It's too much. It's been 2 years, but it's fine. I can't do it.
When is the time that you stop? How do you word that?
What's a mourning your dog?
Yeah. What is the time?
Depends
period?
on what people are asking me to do.
Ah, fair. 10 years from now, I'm sorry. It's been 12 years since.
Can you walk my dog?
I haven't been able to walk a dog since.
No, 10 years. 10 years ago, this month, actually, I had to put her down. It wasn't quite the same.
So yes, you were saying dating people who have kids.
Yes. And I did that in Colorado, and I was not meant for it.
And to be clear, I don't have kids. You don't have kids.
Not our own kids.
Our own kids, yeah.
These are people we date, and they have kids from previous relationships.
Yes. I am not very parentally involved with his kids. He's on it.
And they're older.
They're older. They're not as though they're 2 years old or 3 years old where I need to go help them in the potty. I don't know how old they are.
Is that what you call it?
I mean, I don't know. Do you help potty train when they're 3 years old?
So I called it to my dog. You go potties? Go pee-pees in the pot-pots?
Yeah, so. I mean, his kids are great. He does a great job with his kids. I know that we did bond over, I guess, the emotional feeling of going into a relationship when you're not, it's not you and him or him and you or, or her and her or him and him, however.
You had to cover all the bases,
yes,
Dina?
We do. They and they. Absolutely.
She doesn't want to leave anybody out.
I will never leave anybody out. all are welcome in this conversation.
Politically correct.
Yes. It does change how you approach, I guess, day to day, week to week, or just life. You know, you're not just like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow morning? Oh, nothing. Would you?
Yeah.
You know,
When's the last time you heard that?
Yeah. No.
Nothing.
Yeah. Do you want to go for a hike? Just like,
No. It's like those old commercials to try to deter people from having babies in high school, where it's like, hey, excited for prom? He's like, no, because I have a baby now. And like, it shows them taking care of babies as a teen. Did you see those when you were a kid?
No, I don't remember.
No, they didn't do those in LA. It was just shit town, Colorado.
What? I mean, maybe I don't remember them. Maybe it didn't resonate back then. I
can't go tonight. I have to take care of my baby.
I mean, maybe I was thinking, why didn't they use a condom? I don't know.
Right. I think that's the purpose of the video. Was to get kids to not have babies.
Maybe my sense of humor and that was just not clicking at the time. I was just like,
who's that fucking stupid? Dina in the back of the class.
Like, what?
Wear condoms, douchebag. Dina, I think you got the point. Thank you. Stop smoking weed now.
Man, that would have been... I didn't start smoking weed till later. Smoking weed in high school.
You didn't do it?
No, I didn't.
You're a good kid?
I guess I was, if that's what constitutes a good kid.
I got it really out of the way. I smoked weed in middle school a lot and never liked it. And then I did it like once in high school and I didn't like it then either. And then I really don't smoke weed anymore. I've never had a good high off weed where I'm like, wow, yeah, this is good.
Oh, maybe it was good I saved it because the first few times I got high, that was after high school. I had a great time.
You did?
It was hilarious.
Everything paranoids me. Even if everyone's like, you got to get the right strand. You got to go to the place and talk to the guy who's going to get you the right strand.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've had a couple paranoid ones where I'm like, I'm never smoking again.
I'm not doing this.
Do not let me near this again. That was really weird. It was so freaky. But yeah, the first few ones, I laughed over nothing. Oh, this is great. Why don't we do it more? It wasn't legal then, guys, but yeah.
Right.
It is now. Is it legal in Colorado now?
That's the first place it was legal.
Oh, right.
We won. We win.
Yay, Colorado.
Those are the good old days when that's all we had to worry about.
Now people don't care. It was all in the sneakiness of it. Like, oh, now we can get it. I don't want to do it anymore.
we got to get weed legal. It was the good old days when that's all that was going on. My parents did the same thing. They smoked weed when it became legal for the first time. They used to do it in college, they said. And then they tell me this story and it cracks me up because it's their wedding anniversary. And they went up to, and this wasn't too long ago. This was like right before COVID. They went up to like this hotel that they usually go every year in the mountains. And they're like, let's try it. It's legal now. Let's do it. And so I guess they like had a whole night planned and they were going to go to dinner and it was going to be fun. And they smoked, and I guess both of them, I wish I had video, just like sprawled out on the beds, just like, we're going to die, like thinking, how are they going to call me to like get help? Like, and they said it ruined their whole wedding anniversary. They didn't leave the hotel room. They said they're never doing it again. I was like, oh.
They had the paranoid.
I was like, well, that's how I feel. So I guess it runs in the family. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Oh, it's genetic.
It's genetic. They did it too.
I guess since you brought that up, technically there is a story about me apparently getting high when I was about less than a year old because of my parents.
From them smoking?
Yeah, them and their friends were smoking, and I'm their firstborn. You know?
They didn't know any better.
They didn't know. They were hotboxing the apartment. And apparently they got their kid high.
Oh my God.
And I kept crawling into the wall. I don't remember any of this. I don't know if it was because I was high or because I was less than a year old, but...
That would be terrifying if I was a parent.
Yeah, they think it's hilarious.
Now. God. Have you checked for brain damage? I mean, I don't think you have any. I'm not saying that.
Like, thanks, Mom and Dad.
I'm thinking my paranoid high self. Like one time my dog drank a beer and she was running, like she fell over because she was so small. And this was in college. I can't imagine having a child and being high and watching your child run into the wall from your secondhand smoke.
My parents should have waited to have kids.
Yeah, just a little bit. You're right. The paranoia does not hit your family whatsoever. So we learned something today, guys. Genetics and weed, it's a thing. Your reaction to it, it's a thing. Dina's okay, if anyone's wondering.
We're not sponsored by any weed company.
It's funny if like you did have just like a flat piece of your head. We just never address it.
They just did not.
Why are you deformed?
You were just born that. People are born that way.
Well, I dated an eye doctor, like the eye doctor, an eye doctor back home, and he had 2 kids, and I was young and I was stupid. And I shouldn't have tried to parent as much as I did. I don't want to say I was like telling them what to do all the time, but there was moments where like we'd be at dinner and both of the kids are eating with their mouths open, for instance, like, and I wouldn't tell them, but like later on I'd mention them. I'm like, you know, if your daughter ever goes on a date, she's gonna need to probably not eat like that, like and they were that loud and like spilling food everywhere, and I was just like, and they were like 10, 11 years old at the time, and I'm like, this is a good time to tell them, not expect it, but like kind of teach them proper manners, maybe, I don't know. Fair. And that's where we are at. Or that's kind of my values, at least. And that's what I should have looked at it as, is that I have these values and we're not raising these kids together. But if we were to raise kids together, if you don't have the same kind of values as me, then maybe I should have seen that as a red flag in the first place and been like, okay, if that's how you raise your kids, that's not kind of where I want to be in my life. But I didn't know. I had no idea. I just got divorced. I started dating my boss, which was a bad idea in the first place. And he was 17 years older than me, and he had 2 kids. I met them when they were 7 and 8. I moved here and left them when they were 12 and just entering high school.
They were really young. Yeah. Did you meet them? You said you met them when they were 7? Oh, yeah. So
and then we started dating maybe a year later. And then 5 years down the road.
And those are formative years,
Yeah.
You have an impact on their lives still. They don't know the difference. Excuse me. At that age. So you are the adult.
An adult in their life.
Yeah, you're an adult in their life.
And I wasn't even really an adult, let's be real. I don't think anyone at 26 has it all together. Or, I mean, I guess my mom had me at 26. Never mind. Scratch everything I fucking said.
My parents should have waited to have kids.
I think that was a mistake.
My parents got married when they were 18.
Oh my God, that's right. That makes more sense for the weed thing. I'm trying to justify your horrible parenting moment there. Their horrible parenting moment. Sorry, Dina's mom and dad.
I don't think they thought it was. I still think they thought it was great. I think I don't think they think it's horrible. Oh my God. I think they think it's hilarious. I
called my mom when my dog had beer, and I was like, I killed my dog.
But it's pretty bad, right?
It's a baby. It's a baby.
You got the baby high. Oh, that's hilarious. No, it's not funny.
That's funny. It's so funny. Don't get your children high if you take anything from this message today. Because Dina's really fucked up. Don't tell her.
And use condoms.
And use condoms. And know your genetics.
Well, at least during prom time.
During prom. Do you want to go to prom?
You can maybe
use a condom.
Practice with no condoms later in life if you wanted to.
Yeah.
We're including everybody.
So, I don't even know where those kids are now. I'm sure, I don't know if they hated me. They made fun of me. They made fun of me in a good way. I took them to things without their parents. Like, I picked them up when their parents needed me to do stuff. I watched them over the summer because they both worked, mom and dad. And so I'd watch them during the summer.
Oh, no. You were like a third parent then.
Yeah. We traveled together. We came out here to California because their family had a house out here. And it was a lot. So one of the things was the kids sneaking into his room at like 6 a.m. every morning. And after dating for 3 years, I still wasn't allowed to stay over when they were there because they would come sleep with them in the morning.
Oh, you hear those words? I wasn't allowed to.
Yes.
That.
Right there? That's a red flag? I wasn't allowed to do a lot. I was his third kid, it feels like. I was closer to their age than him.
It's almost as though he's dating the nanny. If you're
right,
taking care of his kids when he can't or when their mother can't.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd figure it out without me, but it sure was convenient, right?
Right. Right.
to not have to pay.
And you didn't know you were 26 years old.
Yeah.
Women at 26, at, how long ago was this? 10 years
Yeah.
ago or so?
Oh my God, 10 years.
People weren't equipped to pass down information at the time because this was not happening to people.
Yeah.
As much as we maybe thought it was or wasn't or not.
Which goes into the topic now, kind of what we like to talk about, which is the new day and age of where we're at. It's very rare to find a man our age who's single who doesn't have baggage. And I don't mean to call kids baggage, but
fair. I mean, everybody comes with some sort of baggage.
I have no baggage, bitches.
Except for Megan, you guys.
I'm perfect.
She is.
If you can't tell, all of you that listen, I've got it together. No way is my name Megan the Mess on Instagram.
But it is, looking for you're going into a family. It's not as though gone are the days of what you used to think about, that you're in a relationship and it's just the two of you. Okay, I have to manage my emotions with this person. This person has to manage my emotions with me, or how I'm feeling, or what we're doing tomorrow or next week, or vacations or anything. But you're sitting there thinking, you're also thinking about two other people that are not biologically yours. So you're thinking, okay, and they're alone with you at times. So you have mothered them, is what it sounds like, but they're not biologically yours. Nor you also, from what you're telling me, weren't allowed to do anything outside of what he wanted you to do with them.
Yeah. Yeah. And it seemed like he wanted me to be their friend, but also that's never going to work. Like, I can be their friend, but if I'm also watching them, like, the babysitter's not their friend. The nanny's not their friend.
Yeah, you're still an authority figure if they're 8 years old and you're the adult figure in the room and they're by themselves with you and something happens.
You have to listen to me. I remember his son was just being a normal kid, but there was like, I had to tell Dad when he got home, I was like, he's not listening to me. He's kind of just like being really rambunctious and not like listening to the rules. And then you feel like a dick. And I feel like he always judged me when maybe because he felt like I was judging his kids, which maybe I was. I don't know. I was 26.
Right. Yeah, fair.
But I was judging his kids, raised them better. I just was like, if it was my kid, I wouldn't. Maybe it was the way my parents were. His daughter was very clingy onto him, and even at like 13, 12 years old, very clingy and holdy and still crawling into bed. And my parents would never. I don't even think I crawled into bed when I was like 3. Like, fuck them. I was saying like Little Mermaid until like 4 a.m. and annoyed the shit out of them, and then tried to run away. I'm sure when I was 6 years old, like I couldn't get far away enough from my parents.
That's an emotional anxiety attachment.
And I'm sure kids of divorce. I'm not a kid of divorce, so I didn't.
I am. Excuse me. I am. So, but even then, I wouldn't have thought to get into bed with my parents.
Yeah.
Like that, but.
And it's different, I guess. I don't know. See, that's the thing that we talk about, because we just don't, there is no, like you said, rule book.
There is no, what's right, what's wrong. Up until what age is it okay for your child to crawl into bed with you in the mornings?
And how long do you date someone before telling them it's okay for you to live here or stay the night? It's been 5 years and my kids know you and you've been watching them.
Yeah.
Like, at what point?
Oh, I went through that,
You did?
I did. Mm-hmm.
And tell me everything.
It wasn't up until maybe a year or so ago that now I sleep over and, my boyfriend, his son. But at first, the first few years I didn't. And I don't know if that was maybe from both our
You didn't have a fight about it. You just didn't.
It just didn't. And then one day it did turn into a conversation, or a couple of years ago, it's like, well, why is that? And you can't help but start to feel a certain way after a while. But it almost was like a on off. Like, why didn't I think about that 3 years ago? It didn't bother me then, but it does now all of a sudden. And, you know, to be fair to him, maybe he was thinking, oh, I didn't, you know, he didn't know if I wanted to or not. There was no conversation. It's like an uncomfortable topic that was just not spoken of because there's no rule book, right?
Right. I guess like the song "I Came In Like a Wrecking Ball" just came into my head because I just remember being like, "What the fuck?" Like after a couple of years, so like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So what do we tell people? So
I have to keep sneaking into your basement at 4 a.m. because I'm too drunk to go home, but I can't stay with you, or like, what the fuck is going on? Or this is the worst part. I knew for a fact, like his old girlfriend Kaylin, who was my age. 17 years younger, the girlfriend before me, she got to stay over with the kids in bed.
See, that's different.
And then I got fucking in my head. And that is really very different.
Yeah.
Torturing both of us for 5 years.
Oh, 100% I can see how that's different because the moment when me and Troy did talk about it, it turned into a conversation of like, oh, well, I've never thought of that before. A very introspective conversation, which, you know, but back to you. So that, of course, that would make you feel a certain way. You know, you have someone else before you having had done it. So
who's my age? Who's 17 years younger?
Exactly.
So it's not the age thing. Let's be real.
It's not the age thing. So is it a person thing? Is it a, what was it? So it's going to get into your head differently.
Yeah.
Oops.
God, I hated that. If you have advice, get all professional. There's a fly, I see it. If you have advice on this, I'm sure there's a lot of people with opinions. Like, get on and DM me on Instagram, Megan the Mess, or you can do Kill the Bottle, but Eddie's going to be like, what the fuck is this? So like, just whatever you feel more comfortable. If you really want to scare Eddie, just yell at him about kids and see what he says in the DMs.
Does he want to have kids?
No, Eddie does not.
I already ask that? Yeah.
He's like, I think he's a few years older than me, him and his wife, and they just don't. I think they're the same way. They just as me.
So then
just not
kids would have never been a topic on the show if we didn't bring it up.
Right. So it's not really about. The show's about not my dating life.
Who's dating life? Then?
Nobody's dating life. Oh. The show's about wine and traveling and wine with a side of traveling. And food. Okay. That's Kill the Bottle podcast. That's the podcast you're on.
Where was
You're not even drinking alcohol.
Tea.
I'm the one
caffeine.
drinking. You're drinking caffeine.
I am.
This is Kill the Bottle, Dina. Will you guest on it? And this is a Megan Takeover episode of Kill the Bottle.
Why are we talking about
Exactly. Because Megan's taken over. We talked about bartending. Stop.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we started with bartending, then we led into dating because I really.
That's how we bonded.
I don't know if Eddie will listen to this episode, but I really want him to now because he'd be like, "What the fuck were you talking about?"
I want to meet Eddie.
Yeah,
Eddie, come to Elbow Room.
I don't think he ever has. He should. I'll bring him.
Does he drink alcohol?
Yeah, because that's what we talked about.
Oh, okay. Well, then why hasn't he?
He works for a rum company.
What?
Yeah. Havana Club.
I better see Eddie next week.
Yeah, you'll know Eddie. You'll see him. You'll know
Havana
him.
Club. We have Havana.
Oh, then Club. He probably's been in nearby.
I think we have Havana. Lee, do we have Havana Club?
Are you listening? This isn't a walkie-talkie. Tina, what's in your tea? You are high right now.
I did put some tequila in my tea.
Oh, good. So. Yay! Yay!
It just looks like I'm having tea. You know?
So I was talking to Dina about podcasting because I used to have my own little mini show. It was just me, Megan the Mess, and that's where the name came from.
Okay.
I used to have friends on. It didn't last very long because I ran out of friends because I have like 3. It was like 3 episodes. And I was like, then I started talking about myself, and then I was like, I sound like a crazy person. Then my dog died, and I did a whole episode about that by myself. It was just.
I'm not laughing about your dog dying.
You listen to
the
it.
fact that you lasted 3 episodes.
3 episodes and a dead dog episode.
What, one friend per episode, and then they just didn't come back?
Yeah, like what am I gonna do? Like have them back over and over again?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone likes me that much.
Well,
not even Eddie had been on the show. We've been doing this for 4 years. It was, I didn't put a lot of effort into it.
Well, what was your show about? Oh, alcohol?
No, I'm thinking. Hold on.
Oh, maybe there was
ASMR.
That's very in now.
I know. It's super in.
Maybe you missed the
purpose of life. What are you doing with your hands?
the moment when ASMR
We're filming
went big.
this next time, by the way, so you know what's happening. Maybe you missed the
What is the word? Maybe you missed the
ASMR deadline.
Yes, right when it started, right when it went big. Maybe you started too soon. If it was about ASMR,
This episode's going to be called "We Don't Know When We Should Have Started."
what was this? I didn't order that.
When should we start smoking weed? I didn't order that. We're gonna do a show. Let's do a show. Fuck it. We're gonna do our own show.
When should you start smoking weed?
When should you start
that's a great
smoking
one.
weed?
When should you start dating people with kids?
Yeah, when
you
should you
don't
do
have
that?
kids.
That's a great one.
When should you start sleeping in your boyfriend or girlfriend's bed with their kids?
Not with their kids.
Their kids
Rewind.
with their kids at home.
with their kids living in the home.
Yes.
And crawling into bed in the morning.
Yes.
When everyone knows morning sex is the best, and
Yeah.
kids can ruin that. And the problem is they're not yours.
They're not yours.
And they ruin it for you.
Imagine having kids
Ew.
and then
Sorry,
always
I just started
there.
Yeah, ew. Oh. So Dina and I met Dina's place. I also live in just like, it's very nice to have your own place. We live alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're doing it. We're living that life.
Mm-hmm. The thing that our foremothers fought for.
Our foremothers? Like for F-O-R-E? We're back to spelling. Or like F-O-U-R. All four of our mothers. They all ordered. Oh, what did I say? Ordered.
She, they, hit her.
They, all four mothers.
All four of
they
the
fought
mothers.
for what? What did they fight for?
F-O-R-E.
F-O-R-E. Four mothers. Like foreplay. That's the same four.
The same four.
Just wanted to make sure. Traitors.
Yes.
This
Two
episode
completely different traders, you guys.
spelling.
I just which trader are you talking about?
I'm not even high. What happened? I'm eating and laughing. Is this what it's like?
Well, maybe
Is
we
this
should
what it's
call
supposed
it
to feel like?
something else other than kill the bottle. If you want to switch
Well, this is
from
gonna
alcohol.
be kill the bottle, and I mean, if people get on and like message and say, "Hey, I'd like to listen to more of that," then we'll do our own show, and it can be called. Well, we talked about. Well, that's not what I ordered.
That's not what I ordered.
Which is a metaphor for a lot of things in our lives.
Could be.
This is not what I ordered. It's not what I thought I'd be doing, living in LA, single by myself, in the middle of Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
But I prefer that to Greeley, Colorado, which...
You wouldn't go back to Colorado?
I can't even fathom or stomach the thought of stepping 1 foot back in Greeley, Colorado. I tried it once since I moved out here to go visit friends, and it was disappointing as all fuck. And that town, honestly, was full of men that ran it. Mm-hmm. I was a musician in this town. I was one of the few girl musicians in this town. Mm-hmm. I was never treated very nicely. Mm-hmm. I was fired from one of my big bartending jobs from the guy that owned like half the bars in the city, because, you know, I don't remember exactly why. I didn't do anything that deserves firing. I've done worse in jobs before. But I remember not being as hot as the other girls. Or I remember I slept with one of the bosses of the bar. And I just always felt like I was just like below all these men. I remember getting in trouble by these men. Like they're sitting there at the bar I'm at, and it's kind of a busy night. People are coming in. I'm having to seat people, do everything, while my two owners of the bar are sitting here playing pinball or playing buck hunter, because it was like our one game. And I'm trying to run everything. Mm-hmm. And then Brian, the owner, like points at the door because there's people waiting at the door to be sat while I'm bartending and running food. And then I like kind of look at him. I'm like, I'm trying. Like, you own the place. Can you help if it's busy? It's just me. And he got in my face right there and was like, if you want to run this place, you can put down that ever much money, he said, and you can run it. Otherwise, you shut up and do what I tell you to do. Ooh, this is the city I'm in. Which I always took it to heart. Like, I took it, it helped me in my other jobs. Okay. Truly, honestly, because I worked for Adam Carolla. It was one of those moments that my name's not on the side of the building. I need to do the best I can for the person who has the name on the side of the building and then go from there. So it did kind of like toughen me up. But I was treated like shit. And the guy musicians were treated so nicely in this fucking town. And I remember the guys, even my boyfriend and the guy who ran the music venue downtown in our area was telling me, like, they don't like when I write songs about bands or when I write songs about men that are depressing, or my boyfriend telling me, your songs are really sad. It's really embarrassing to like bring my friend or my mom to come see you play when it's all about, you know, sad songs about men. And I'm like, this again was over 10 years ago, right? Killing me in this town. I wanted to die. And 10 years later, let's fast forward. Who's the number one fucking person who's making billions of dollars about angry songs about men? Taylor Swift, motherfuckers. I could have been Taylor Swift. A, if my parents would have gotten me in the studio, believed in my dream instead of patting my head and saying, get a real job, honey. And B, if all these men hadn't told me to shut the fuck up, which they did for years. And I finally, right before COVID, I swear to God, if COVID had not hit, I would have killed myself. And COVID hit, and I moved to LA because I said, I'm not going to die here. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die in LA. I survived.
Well, for Taylor Swift, if you're listening, Megan can.
I was told to shut my mouth, and I did.
She has some content for you.
Hers is a lot more clever. Mine was straight up just like, you're a fucking dick.
I'm sure she can spin that around. She can make something out of that.
Yeah. So that's how much I loathe that place now. And there's nothing there for me anymore. And even the owner of the bar that I worked for 10 years, the older guy that was like, don't you think it might be time for you to stop? When I was angry, like, we ended on a note because I got the job in LA and he got mad that I was moving. And I was like, well, this is my dream. I have to go. He's pissed. And then he wasn't going to give me my last paycheck. And when I was out here, I had to like get a lawyer to tell him to give me my last, like, it wasn't even that much. There's a part of me that now wants to go back.
Did you get your money?
Yeah. It was like $300 too, but it was just enough in LA when you just moved to like get by.
Yeah.
And so I should go back to Greeley and give him that check and be like, I hope it was worth it. That's my goal one day. No, to go back to all of them and just put my big middle finger up and say, screw you. Is that too much? Your turn. Go. I'm taking a break.
I don't think that's too much. I think you earned that. I would have loved to work with you. You seem like you'd be fun behind the bar, and you seem like a hard worker. Like, wow.
I was a little lazy then, but I was 25, 24. Like, everyone is. Like, they were hiring kids younger than me. Like, I still worked hard and showed up.
Yeah.
I wasn't perfect. I wasn't skinny. I wasn't tall. I was getting married. I was getting divorced.
Well, how old were you when you got married?
24. I met my husband, I was 20.
Well, the tall only really works for women when you want to be a model anyway, and then you have to be really tall. So, like, like taller than Taylor Swift.
Oh.
But she's tall. Short women kind of work better.
I was short and fat. Let's be real. I was short and fat.
I'd have to see pictures, so I can't.
I was 30 pounds bigger than fat. I'm 5'2", though.
She just keeps telling me this, and I'm like, I don't believe you.
Say it more. I was short and fat. Megan's not tall.
But from what I understand, you don't, like, tallness is a thing for men that they think about and worry about. Like, women have to worry about being tall too? I don't understand.
No, and there was other bartenders that was short. Maybe I'm just thinking, like, these guys would spend hours at the gym, like CrossFit, like the owners of the bar. And they're not
from LA? They sound like they're from LA.
They sound like they should be in LA, yeah. I know that they're from the East Coast, or one of them's from the East Coast, and his dad owns businesses, and he got money from family to buy into these businesses. His dad helped him buy them. His dad also was there every morning, like when I opened the place, or if I was late, his dad would yell at me. He's like, I've never been late a day in my life, and I have to walk here. May God rest his soul. He's dead now, so I can't. I'm not going to talk shit about his dad. But again, it was lessons. Yeah, I learned a lesson. Don't be late to work. Or I learned a lesson. Don't argue with the guy whose name's on the side of the building. These are all lessons, but did they deserve me losing my job or me being ostracized in that society for losing the job? He came up to me when I was at one of his bars minding my business and told me, like, are you talking crap about my businesses? Like, this is a small town. And I was like, no, I wasn't. And he got mad at me.
Keyword, small town, right?
Yeah, that was the issue.
So.
I was too big. Fat and, no, I mean, like, big, like, I was my big fish, small pond. That's what I mean.
You're just referencing this.
You were about to. No, I mean, I'm a star, Dina. That's what I meant. Why did you go to fat?
Oh my God.
But you've been here your whole life.
I have been in LA my whole life. I was a barista before I was a bartender.
Where?
Coffee Bean was my first job when I was 16. And then Starbucks. So I was a barista for 8 years.
Everyone says that Starbucks hires and has like really high standards. So for a while there, they like a lot of people were hiring Starbucks employees because it was like they know how to work and they came from that.
Yeah, it was a very efficient company.
Yeah, clearly.
It was a very, everything had a place. Like every milk pitcher, like this one can only stay here and this one's only used for, which I guess now, I mean, I do understand. Like this one's only for soy. This one's only for regular milk.
Now there's oat milk.
Yeah, I'm like, I wonder now if there's like a pitcher that has this.
Is that why you go to bed thinking, I wonder where they put their oat milk now?
For baristas. We only had regular milk and soy at the time.
You have nightmares. There was no room for one more milk. There's no room.
How about if someone's allergic to almond or soy? And I'm like, okay, that's why we wash them.
Yes, you would think.
We're supposed to wash the pitchers after every time we use them, right? And I mean, you would think, but yes, we do. For everyone who goes to Starbucks, they wash the pitchers every time.
Starbucks, if you want to sponsor. We're saying nothing but good things about you.
Coffee Bean? No, I'm just kidding. Coffee Bean too.
We said nothing bad yet.
But yeah, they have a lot to work with together. It is very efficient. So I came from a time when Starbucks used to not have the printing, the stickers for printing.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
right?
we had to handwrite it.
Yes, we had to write on the cup.
I could go hours on this how Starbucks works. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
All of the inside info.
I really did enjoy Starbucks. I have a couple of really good friends that I met at Coffee Bean. Some really good friends I met at Starbucks. You work in close quarters together. You go through rushes together. You just hang out after work, just like you would a regular bar, right? Except there's espresso shots instead of tequila shots.
Right.
So, I mean, you can mix the two now, espresso, martini.
We just talked about this on the show. See, it all comes back, everybody. We're back to Kill the Bottle. Eddie and I just talked about trends and what's going on, and that's one of the things that we're seeing more and more is the espresso martini. I say we need to switch it to dessert cocktails more because you can get like a dessert wine or whatever, a port with your desserts, but I want more dessert cocktails like mudslides. I miss mudslides, ice cream.
I forgot about mudslides.
Exactly.
What, TGI Fridays? If you're still alive out there.
Norwegian Cruise Lines makes a killer mudslide.
Maybe is Eddie on Norwegian Cruise Lines right now?
I don't know where he is. He just said, I'm in the Bahamas. I said, are we recording today? He said, no, I'm in the Bahamas on a fucking cruise.
Get a mudslide, Eddie, and tell us how it was.
Dina, we're doing a podcast. Yeah, I work right by you. I'm coming over.
Yes.
So barista... cocktail. We went from cocktails, Starbucks to cocktails. So that's where you started, but that's going to ease you into bartending.
That's what eased me into bar. That's how I got into bartending, actually.
What was harder?
Good question.
What was more stressful?
I don't know.
Because people can be picky.
People can be picky, but
but it's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, I will have to say I was younger when I was a barista. I was 16, 16 to 24. I was and being a bartender, I'm older. So I think that has a factor, you know, where certain things that you have patience for and certain things you don't, or certain things you care for and certain things you don't, you know. When you're 16 years old and it's your first job, you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I got your drink wrong. Here's another one. And you freak out. Well, what's there to freak out about? Like, there is, just get him another drink, no problem. You know? So,
right, yeah.
But you don't know, you're 16, you know, but, you know, you're 35 years old and you get someone's drink, you're like, oh, shit, my bad, here, I'll give you a double, take it, we're good, you know, but it's very, very different because of age. I think age has a lot of factors when you think about life experience but I think each had equally their own stress or hardships. Like neither was stressful, both are stressful, I guess. So now I would say Starbucks would probably be less stressful because you're not dealing with drunk people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't like drunk people. I'm done, I'm over it. I'm drunk all the time. Who am I kidding? I hate drunk people. You were like, Megan,
would you like to talk about
here's a mirror. Can you tell yourself you don't like yourself? It's fine.
I love drunk people.
I love drunk people.
Please come by anytime. Just have a couple drinks in you so I can give you a couple more. If you come too
She will.
drunk,
Well, yeah.
I will have to just give you water.
That's free.
Yeah, it is. If you sleep on the bar, I'm not dragging you out. Like, I'm not giving you any more alcohol. You're just going to have water.
Oh, man.
Those are very, very extreme cases. That very rarely happens.
Right.
Thankfully. Guys, don't come into the bar like we're ready to pass out,
yeah.
please.
Just go home. That's a life lesson. We should end on that life
At least
lesson.
if you're at Starbucks and someone's ready to pass out, you can give them like 5 shots of
Oh my God.
espresso. And you're like, yeah, have as many shots as you want.
New bar idea. In fact, elbow room would benefit, especially during...
Get the funnel, guys.
Elbow room would benefit a partnership with Starbucks.
Yeah, just because he was an asshole, I'll make it extra hot.
Oh my God. Wake up. Starbucks. Can you imagine if caffeine did that to people in Starbucks? It's just not the same. Or it's like a cocaine high, and everybody in Starbucks is on cocaine. But they're all nerds that work on their computers, but then they're all given cocaine.
Could be. Man, I missed my opportunity there. I've been wanting to try cocaine for a while.
Is everyone working really, really
Justin,
hard?
are you listening? I'm just kidding. I don't think so. That's very natural. Justin's just a very energetic person.
Oh, yeah.
I love him.
I love all of you guys.
I
And
love you
hopefully
too.
we can do this again in a different capacity. But I thought we'd try it out, especially with the opportunity of... I call it an opportunity when Eddie's in the Bahamas on a cruise and I'm here.
Eddie, I hope you're enjoying that cruise.
Thank you for coming on your cruise. So Dina and I could talk about girl stuff finally.
Yeah.
Finally. Anyways, this is Kill the Bottle Podcast. Everyone go like, subscribe, rate, review. Oh, I did that just like Eddie usually does. I usually never say that stuff.
Ooh.
I don't know if Dina's ever listened to the show, but now she's going to.
Going to. I don't think I even knew you had a podcast, actually,
It's
or did
real. We've talked about it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's like thousands and thousands of people listen to it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It's like
I will listen to it
at
tonight.
least 500 people will listen today.
What happened to the 1,000?
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
500
like,
today.
one
Got it.
day. Well, not today. On Sunday when I post it. It gets posted Sunday. I've been doing it for 4 years. It's fine, Dina. Next time. I'm just going to...
Thank you for having me.
Fuck you, too. I'm just going to ASMR. Dina, can people find you on Instagram?
Yes. Dina.k underscore. Under... What is that thing? Underscore.
What is that, underscore? Underline without
the
a letter.
underline thing, yeah.
An underline without a letter. An underscore? Yes. That's the thing. Dina underscore.
Dina.k underscore.
Oh. Dina.k dot. I fucked that up. Dina
Dot.
K.
K-A-Y.
K-A-Y.
Underscore.
There you go. No, don't spell it out. It's just the underscore. This is Megan the Mess. Really living up to the name. Thanks, guys, for listening. Talk to you next week.